Hello, welcome to Whale On. Tonight, Bruce Springsteen live from the States, Charlie Chuck doing what only Charlie Chuck can do, and we'll be discussing the anomalies of Sunday trading. Do you think you should be able to go out and buy whatever you like on Sunday? Join us again after the titles. You know, this is probably an offence, don't you? I mean, what do you want? Votes for women? That's already being achieved. I mean, what are you doing?
Will you buy a copy of The Big Issue?
The Big Issue? You want The Big Issue, do you? OK. What's your name?
Humph.
Humph?
Yeah.
And what are you trying to do, Humph?
Well, you see, I was walking down the street and a couple of people picked me up and they put me over this big metal thing and chained me up, you see, James.
You're chained as well?
I'm a little bit tied up at the moment. I would shake your hand, James, but I'm a little bit tied up.
I'll tell you what we'll do.
Could you get someone to carry me?
Perhaps we'll make you a star. Come on my show, and you could be an escapologist.
Really?
Would you like that?
Oh, James.
OK, come on, pick him up. Come on, pick him up and bring him into the studio. Come on, that's it. OK, be careful. Very careful. Oh, gosh. OK, just a minute. All right, OK, fine. We'll just take you in.
Thanks, James.
Give you a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you better go up first of all.
Okay.
And see how we can go swimmingly here.
Got any sandwiches?
Any sandwiches? I don't think we'll have any sandwiches. No. No. Very good. Lovely. Right. Good. OK?
Yes. Cheers, James.
I'll come back and talk to you later.
Oh, thank you.
Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Whale On. I did all that before, didn't I, really? These excellent artistes are from the Central St Martin's School of Art, and they are changing the decor as we go. Very nice it is, too. Can you get your long thing over here? Can you get your long thing? Doesn't matter if you're in shot. I don't see me in this.
Well, for a change. Just for a change.
You sure? But
and
you
you're here in the flesh, so...
OK.
So for once we paint something else, and does it give you the impression of a...
It could be me, couldn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that's lovely.
Abstracted.
Yes, abstracted. Very nice indeed. OK, we'll come back and look a little later. Now, Miss Rocos, ladies and gentlemen, Cleo Rocos. OK. Let's not go mad, please. We're paying her as well. Cleo, you've been out on the streets...
doing my favourite
thing. Doing your thing. Sunday, what could you buy, what couldn't you buy?
Well, firstly, I bought a very interesting reflexology chart.
Oh, tickle your feet. Yes, very nice
tickle your feet and other things react.
Oh, good. I'll take that home, actually.
Then I found this, which is an instrument for making you go all lovely and gooey. When I could perhaps... Would you like me to demonstrate it on a part of you? If you've got an athletic bit you'd like to volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. This is exactly where you should do it. Look.
That's good. Look. Can we get that? That's nice.
How does it feel?
Very good indeed. Very
it's
good
great,
indeed.
isn't it? And you can do it to yourself too.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you can, really.
You like that, wouldn't you?
You can buy this, can't you?
Yes, you can buy this, and people come and rub you and you buy them. Oh, fab. Oh, I feel like I'm being... Iron out those creases.
Sort of just, you know, there's...
That's brilliant.
Yes, it's nice, isn't it?
Makes you feel lovely.
So you can buy one of these.
Yeah.
You can buy one of these on Sunday. Cough. Thank you.
Boys talk.
What else? What else could you buy?
And this lovely mug. I thought you'd appreciate that, James.
Very
Something
nice mug.
for your desk.
What is that? Did you pay for this?
Oh, through the nose.
OK, fine. Right, OK.
And,
Yes?
and I bought...
no, but honestly, the wedding's off, isn't it? I mean, there is no point in keeping it.
Did they send back your present?
No, and they didn't send back my part of the tax that went to all that shenanigans either. OK?
Dragon brew, James.
Oh, very nice, dragon brew.
It puts you into a state of hyper-trance. And it sends you on a journey, but it's not drugs, they said. And this is something called power snuff, which you insert through your nostrils.
Yes.
And that's supposed to make you feel lovely and relaxed. And he's going to do it now.
Yeah.
But they said don't overdose, but it's not dangerous.
But you can buy it on a Sunday.
Yeah, and it's sort of slightly drugular, but it doesn't sold as a drug.
Yeah.
It seems a little suspicious to me. But
lady here looks a snuffy person. Hang on, just a moment. Hold your hand. Just try a little bit of this, OK? All right?
And you stick it right
Just sniff it up your nose. We'll see how it goes. Sniff. Very good. OK, we'll see what happens. Keep an eye on you for later on. So, anything else?
No, that seemed to be the most interesting side of the shopping that could do. One could, you know, find expensive pints of milk in corner shops and things, but that's sort of normal. OK. Right, we'll talk a little later on. Thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you, James.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cleo Rocos will be back with more from her shopping. Now, let me introduce you to Jill McWilliams from Iceland Foods. Hello, Jill.
Hello.
And David Ramsden now from the Kingfisher Group. Used to be B&Q, but it's all the same thing, isn't it? Sunday trading. Why is, Jill, first of all, why is there so much confusion? And why? I mean, when the world is falling apart, are we sitting and people getting heated about whether or not they can buy something on a Sunday? Why?
Well, I think we all agree that the law as it stands is quite ridiculous, and it really is up to the government to get this sorted out. We have a law that everybody finds is impossible to adhere to, so let's change it. As far as we are concerned at Iceland and Keep Sunday Special, we want to keep Sunday Special. We don't think that shops should open on Sunday, except some of the smaller shops, our local stores, the village shop, petrol stations, restaurants. Yes, let's have all those open for leisure activities and emergencies.
Sod the people who work in those. We'll have those open. It doesn't matter a damn about the people
well,
who work in those.
Well, I think we all accept that some people have to work on Sunday. What we don't want to do is to open up Sunday just to become another day of the week. I think that Sunday should be a special day, and I think that if all stores were open on Sunday, a lot of the smaller shops, which we all love and use and appreciate at the moment, would actually go out of business.
OK.
My own local village shop would certainly go out of business if all the supermarkets and every other store was
Well,
open.
if you want, tell us where it is later. We'll plug it and then everybody can get down there. David, you've, in fact, your main job is to try to encourage politicians to change the Sunday trading laws. I mean, that's what you're employed to do, isn't it?
Well, that's right, because what I want to see is the law in England and Wales the same as it is in Scotland. You know, Sunday trading hasn't destroyed Scotland. It's still a special day there. I don't see why it can't be a special day in England and Wales with Sunday trading. I mean, one of the things that Jill didn't mention is DIY. There is no doubt that DIY is very much a leisure time activity. People do it in their time off from work, so why shouldn't they be able to buy the goods they need for that activity at the time they're off work?
You see, I don't actually understand, and this is to both of you really, what the problem is. Now, we did invite members from Usdaw to come and talk to us, but last time I met them we fell out quite seriously. So stuff them. And, you know, if you're going to run a business, Iceland or B&Q or whatever, and you don't treat your staff well, you insist they work 7 days, you're soon going to be in trouble. I mean, are you really worried that people, Jill, are going not to?
Certainly the majority of staff in retailing do not want to work on Sunday. And I think that people who do have to work on Sunday should be rewarded accordingly, either by being paid double time, and certainly they should have the option not to work. So we are concerned that if all stores actually open on Sunday, a lot of pressure would be put on retail staff to actually work.
David, would you force people to work on a Sunday if they didn't want to? Would you sack people?
We don't now, and there's no reason we should in the future. But the one thing I will agree with Jill on, and that is that there is a need for statutory protection for people who do work on a Sunday.
Exactly, exactly. Now, as long, Jill, as there is this statutory protection, and quite frankly, I think if people work Saturday or Sunday, they should be paid more than if they work Monday to Friday. If there were those safeguards, would you be quite happy for every company to open if they wanted to?
Companies such as ours do not want to trade on Sunday.
Well, you don't have to trade on Sunday.
But if all our competitors are open on Sunday, we would be forced into a situation where we would have to open.
But you don't
we
think
cannot
people
stand
would?
By and let all our competition take our market share.
OK, well, I mean, if people want to shop on a Sunday, who are Iceland, for instance, to say you can't? I mean, if I want to go, I will continue to go to Sainsbury's or anybody else that's open on a Sunday because I like shopping on a Sunday.
But I'm actually speaking on behalf of all the people who don't want to shop on Sunday, and they don't.
But you don't
actually
have
want
to.
Sunday disrupted, and the whole of the special feel about Sunday actually spoiled.
Rubbish.
So there are people
Sorry,
who
Jill,
do
that's
want
rubbish.
to
That's
be,
rubbish.
There are people who do want to shop on Sunday,
rubbish.
and there are people who don't want to shop on Sunday.
Well,
But
that's fine.
why we have to come back to the Scottish experience. We don't have to go many miles up the road to find exactly what happens in an area which is deregulated, where there is shopping on a Sunday, where staff aren't forced to work, where the public aren't crying out and saying, our life has been disrupted because there are a few shops open.
Now, you want to open, David, on Sundays because you'll make more money at it. Jill doesn't want you to open because she doesn't want to open on Sundays. The thing I think you're both missing is it's up to us. If we want to go out and shop on a Sunday, we can go and shop if we wish. If we don't, we won't. I mean, what is the argument? Why is it such a heated argument?
Because I think you have to take a much more long-term view on this. I mean, I don't think that you would want a lot of... would you actually want to change the style of our high streets as they are at the moment? With all the smaller shops and boutiques and all the individual stores, I think we all accept that our high streets are something that we enjoy and is traditional to Britain. I think if most of the large stores, most of the multiples actually start to open, most of them will move out of town and our high streets will become devastated. I'm not talking about tomorrow or the next year. And, you know, the Scottish experience, I don't think we have seen the outturn yet of what will happen in Scotland. I'm talking about preserving Sunday for the next generation.
OK, I agree with you, Jill, to a certain extent, but only if you stop the restaurants, the clubs, if you stop the video shops, if you stop everything. If you stop everything on Sunday, I will agree. But not this, we'll have this little shop, or if a shop only has 15,000 square feet,
we know we have to have hospitals open. We know we want wonderful television shows over the weekend.
No television, no radio, no theatre, no entertainment, nothing. Get back to the churches.
Well, OK. I don't disagree with you on that issue
We'll come back and talk in a moment. You see how the programme's going to go. We'll come back and talk in a minute. A gentleman in the audience now. Let's find him. Tim Moss. Where is Tim Moss in the audience? Have a look. There we are. Tim, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good. Tim, you haven't been shopping on Sunday. But Tim is the winner of the competition a couple of weeks ago. You are going to the Mardi Gras, courtesy of Southern Comfort.
Yep.
Have you found out about that?
I've just heard about it tonight, yeah.
Are you still wishing to go on that?
I certainly am, yes.
You're sure?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to explain to everybody at home what you're going to do?
Well, we're going to get on an aeroplane, I think, sometime in the evening.
You are?
Obviously, because that's the only way I can get over there. We're going to fly over to New Orleans. Some people are going to sleep, other people aren't, I suppose. And we're going to land there and we're going to be able to go around New Orleans for
No. You're going to the Mardi Gras. And that means you get off the aeroplane, OK, don't drink too much on the aeroplane. You get off the aeroplane and you're there in the Mardi Gras. You have to dance 15 to 20 miles, OK? And then you come back, and I hope perhaps you'll come and talk to us and tell us what it was like, OK? Sure. Also, David James isn't with us, but he's from Winchester in Hampshire, and he's going as well. Best of luck to you. Now, tonight on the show, you could win a chance for a very sexy weekend in Paris, OK? There we are. This is the weekend in Paris. You're going to win this. Let me just tell you how the competition goes. OK. Crystal Premier Cities Valentine weekend are delighted to offer a wonderful weekend break in Paris for two. You can spend 2 nights in a delightful 3-star hotel. Couldn't we manage 4 or 5? Never mind, it'll be good. Don't worry about that. And you'll also get to go up the Seine. It's a little bit like blind date, this, isn't it, really? I mean, anyway, who knows? All you have to do is answer this one question. Who had the big hit? I was reminded earlier that a lot of people recorded Thank Heaven for Little Girls. But who had the big hit with that? If you know the answer, 0891 on the screen, there we are, 900 007. Ring that. Was it Maurice Chevalier, Elton John, or Elvis Costello? Who had the big hit? Oh, dear. And we'll tell you later on. Right. These paintings are very nice indeed. Very nice. Shall we have a little look at the escapologist, see how he's doing? Very good, Humphrey. Very, very good indeed. Is there any chance, Humphrey, that you're going to be able to get out of that or not?
Well, I don't really know, to be honest, but I'm just going to say thanks for the mug, but I expected a little more than just the handle.
I'm sorry, did I hit you with that? Well,
it came bouncing over, and I got the handle, but when I thought you'd say a cup of coffee, I thought I was going to get the rest of the mug as well, but I don't really know, to be honest. But
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying.
I am so sorry. I love these paintings. Look at this. Very, very nice indeed. I think that looks rather sexual. I don't know about you, but I think it looks rather sexual, actually. We'll talk about it later. If you think you can beat Humph as far as being entertaining is concerned, then drop us a line. This is the address, Whale on MMTV, 5 to 7 Carnaby Street, London, W1V, 1PG. All right, send a photograph if you can, and who knows, we could have you on the programme in a couple of weeks' time. Right, don't go very far away. Join us again in 2 minutes. Bye-bye. OK, fine. Thank you. Whale is well and truly on. No, we're not doing 3, 2, 1, are we?
Oh, well, I was doing the bimbonic bit.
Oh,
here.
OK, well, OK, you can do that. Valentine weekend for 2 in Gay Paris.
Yeah, hello.
Courtesy of Crystal Premier Cities Weekends. Wonderful thingy. All you have to do is answer this one simple question. Who recorded Thank Heavens for Little Girls in a French accent? Oh, I'm supposed to say that in a French accent, sorry. Maurice Chevalier? Hang on, just a minute. Follow me over here. Come here, quickly. OK, you'll have to talk into this, all right? Yes. Just read that in the French accent. Who recorded that bit there?
Well, Maurice Chevalier.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. I'm not saying... I'm not saying that that was the right answer, but it could have been Elton John or Elvis Costello. All you have to do is ring this number and tell us the answer to that question. You could have won. Right, OK. Could we put that...
Oh.
Fine. We've got a very important part now. Well, I've forgotten where it is. Ah, here we are. Now, Bruce Springsteen, ladies and gentlemen, we have now got a live satellite link with... Just a moment. Bruce Springsteen in... Oh, we haven't got the link yet. Hang on. I'm sorry about that. We're going to... Yeah, it's not come through yet. We're going to... OK, right. We've got trouble with it. I'm so sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Jacobs!
Well, I'm much better looking than Bruce Springsteen anyway.
Sorry about that. We got a little... You know what happens? You get one of these satellite links. It costs you 50 grand to use the satellite, and then it's all messed up.
I paid for it, I understand.
Did you?
Yeah, out of my fee.
OK, we had loads of letters. Shall we get into it?
Yes,
Free legal advice. Who's the first?
Lady there in blue has a question.
A friend of mine lost his driving licence for driving a car that wasn't insured, but it was actually a company car, so was he really liable?
Absolutely. One of the things about driving a car is it's up to the driver to make sure that he is insured. If you're driving your company's car and they haven't insured it, you are liable. You can lose your licence, and if you've got a history, you could well find yourself going even further.
What do you mean a history?
A history of having done it before.
Has he done it before?
You have to pay the fine. One of the things about it is that the company themselves could also be prosecuted, but they are not often prosecuted, I'm afraid to say. Gentleman next to you has a question.
Hi, Gary. Hi. 2 people buy a house, and then one person wants out of the house, doesn't want anything to do with it. In order to get the name taken off the deeds of the house, do you need to go to 2 solicitors, or can you just go to 1?
Lover's tiff, I think.
Well, I think if it's a lover's tiff,
yeah.
If it's a lover's tiff, then my advice is that you have independent solicitors, because you've each got independent interests. For example, you may, as the male, have put in less or more, depending upon your earning position. You may feel you have contributed more and that you shouldn't have half. Then if you've got no problem and you can do it together, there's no reason why one solicitor couldn't act. But that's a matter for you, if you're both happy to do that. If you're happy and you can reach agreement on that, I think you should stay together.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Who else have we got?
Well, I have a letter.
Rocos.
Yes, I'm representing...
What's she doing on that man?
I haven't got a chair.
What's she doing on that man?
He kindly loaned me his
borrow
lap.
my throne next time.
He's going all lumpy.
It's me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've got a letter from Miss June Peters, who is a volunteer worker, and she's been dismissed, and she wants to know how she stands. She's deeply upset about it because she said her dismissal came after she voiced an opinion on people being unplugged and being allowed to die. And she said they should live until God chooses.
The thing about being a volunteer is she probably doesn't have a contract of employment, and if she did, she's suffered no loss as a result of being dismissed. There's probably nothing she can do. However, if it's for voicing an opinion, in other words, for exercising what is supposed to be our right to say what you like, cheese, I can say what I like, you see.
Yes.
I can say whatever I like. Freedom of speech.
That was me freedom of speech
exercising
in this country,
my
do we?
right. James could try to stop me, but he can't.
Yes.
And I think that is monstrous. He can stop me doing it.
So there's nothing she can do?
That is monstrous. Absolutely nothing she can do but get the local paper onto that, because I think it's the sort of thing that deserves publicity.
Okay, why don't we don't actually have freedom of speech in this country? Because there's so many things you can't talk about.
There are so many things that you're perhaps not to be talking about, and therefore it's only right...
John Major.
Well, in amazing, I don't think about such serious things. I was thinking of less important things like people making racial comments. I've been watching television recently, and all I see is programmes with people making racial comments. They're showing what's going on in Germany by allowing them to make racial comments. That, in fact, is an offence in Germany. But you can do it over here. So we have got freedom of speech.
Good, OK. Thank you very much indeed. Gary Jacobs, ladies and gentlemen, and if there is anything... If there, you know you've got it all over you. OK. If there is anything that you would like some legal help with, then drop us a line. You know the address, 5 to 7 Carnaby Street. And you can come and sit in the audience and ask Gary. Now, back to the debate about Sunday trading. Ruth Taylor is with me, and so is Jim Couchman. Jim, of course, well-known Conservative MP. We've got the other one around here somewhere we'll talk to, I think, a little later. But, Ruth, you actually have been sacked for refusing to work on Sunday, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Tell me all about it.
Yes. Well, I was asked to work on Sunday the 5th of July, and I was asked 10 days before that date, and within 10 days I had a letter out of the blue giving me instant dismissal, without warnings, without notices, saying I'd given them unacceptable conduct. I'd been a hindrance to my manageress.
How dare you? What had you been doing?
Terrible.
I mean, what had you been saying to her?
She asked me weeks before she started opening on a Sunday, would I be willing to work? And I said, as a Christian, I didn't believe in it unless it was a care situation. And she respected my principles, and I was very pleased with her. And then she came weeks later and asked me to do this, and she harassed me verbally for a week before I was dismissed and bullied me verbally. Mm-hmm. Yes. And
now you've become a leading spokesperson for banning of all shop opening on a Sunday.
I'd love to speak up for very frightened people who are shop workers. There'll be a lot up and down the country who are quite frightened because they don't want to lose their jobs. Mm-hmm. My colleagues couldn't support me at the tribunal that I've just been to because three of their husbands, well, the husbands are out of work, and they didn't want to lose their jobs, so they're very frightened. So even though they're being bullied as well, they wouldn't dare speak up. OK, lovely. Yeah. Ruth, thank you. Jim, you have championed the Shop Hours Reform Council in the Commons for a long time. A lot of your cohorts on the Tory benches have, I was going to say become shit scared, but that wouldn't be a nice term, but they really seem to be girding their loins slightly about this. I mean, what is the problem? Nobody should be victimised like Ruth to work on Sundays. No. We should have laws to protect Ruth and anybody else like that, but just sort the laws out, surely.
2 private members' bills have been introduced this year. Ray Powell has brought in what's broadly the Keep Sunday Special bill.
You weren't expecting that, were you? It took you and the government a little bit by surprise.
No, not in the slightest. When Ray's name came out of the ballot, I knew he would do it. And that's why I chose to present a Shopping Hours Reform Council bill, which offers a rather different perspective on shopping hours on Sunday.
What would you like to see?
But both of them have protection for workers who don't want to work. I wouldn't compel anyone to work on Sunday. I wouldn't compel shops to open. I wouldn't compel people to go shopping on Sunday. But the truth is, people do go shopping on Sunday and they enjoy it. And there are 140,000 people who are working on Sunday whose jobs are actually threatened by the Keep Sunday Special campaign.
But are they all having a gun held to their heads and being told they have to work on Sunday? Do you think?
No, indeed not. I am assured by all of the major groups that they do not expect anyone to work under compulsion.
Can I just ask you, Ruth, you needn't tell me the name of the shop. Did you work for a big major company or not, or a small shop?
No, a smaller Yorkshire firm, really, with just about 6 outlets.
OK.
Yes.
How could you... Well, law could control that, surely.
I'd be very careful of commenting on Ruth's case itself. I'd rather talk in generalities, because I want to see Ruth and people like her protected by whatever changes we see come to Sunday trading.
Ruth, do you think you will become militant about this? Are you very concerned now that people shouldn't go shopping on Sundays?
Well, I value family life very much, and I realise the importance of it. And I work every Saturday. Sunday's the only day that I can be with my family. And I think the shaping of a nation takes place in the home. I really do. And I think if you give your children a good grounding...
But as long as you have one day with the family, if it isn't necessarily for whatever reason Sunday, surely that is beneficial.
Well, I'm a Christian and I want to worship God on a Sunday as well. I believe in God. He made me and my family, and I love him, and I want to worship him on that day.
So will you be out demonstrating about this or not? Can you see yourself on marches?
I will be speaking up.
You'll be speaking up
for people who are very vulnerable.
Are you not concerned that maybe
non-Christians as well?
All right, aren't you
because
concerned
I've had letters from them
that
already.
You may be being used as a tool of the union? They're very Astor are very sort of militant about this, and they're going around sort of. As far as I can see, trying to stir up kind of Christian morals and ethics where there may not necessarily be any need for them.
Nobody stirred me up. I had my views already, and I'm quite prepared to say what I believe, that nobody's staring me up at all.
Jim, why won't the Conservatives just change the... What are you frightened of? Why are your colleagues frightened of just changing the law?
Well, we're promised a government bill as soon as government time can be made for it. That bill will offer at second reading 3 choices: total deregulation, basically the Shopping Hours Reform Council, and basically the Keep Sunday Special. Those 3 choices. I would hope that the Shopping Hours Reform Council choice will be the compromise that the House chooses on that occasion, and I hope that then we can finally put to one side the anomalies and silliness of the 1950 Shops Act.
OK, we'll come back a little later. We've got a lot more people in the audience who would like to talk about this. But for now, thank you very much indeed. Let me remind you that if you want to carry on, if you've got a little spare time, that on Teletext, page 383, you can find the James Whale Rage page, not to be missed, and worth looking at on Teletext every night from 10:30. Now, I want to bring to you... Which camera? Could I have a camera in close, please? Could I have that one in there? Yes, thank you, Michael. All right, Michael, keep your hair on. Actually, it's real. I noticed that the other day. Now, I always... You can laugh. I always think that it's nice to bring intellectual humour to television. We don't have enough new humour. And ever since I first exposed this man on national You're right. OK. Ever since I exposed this man... Are you all right?
Hey?
All right, good, OK. Ever since... You're not... No, he's OK for the moment. Ever since I exposed this man on national television, he's been a huge hit. Paul McCartney invited him to appear at one of his daughter's birthday parties, and he's never really looked back. Ladies and gentlemen, for a little intellectual stimulation, Charlie Chuck!
Hey, Umberway. Flippant in Barrow. Donkey. E-R. 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 Woof back. Donkey. Woof back. Donkey. Woof back. Donkey. E-R. 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 A man went into a bread shop. He said, I want a donut, a cream bun, and a slice of that cake over there. He said, you can have a donut. Hey? You can have it, hey? You can have a slice of that cake over there, but you can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut, I want a cream bun, and I want a slice of that cake over there. He said, you can have a donut. You can have a slice of that cake over there. But you can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut, a cream bun, and a slice of that cake over there. He said, you can have a donut. You can have a slice of that cake over there. But you can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut. I want a cream bun. And I want a slice of that cake over there. He said, get out, you! Get out my bleeding bread shop! Get out, you moronic bleeder! Get out! Pardon? You can please yourself. Tell you that. Where am I?
It's all right.
Hey?
No. Cleo, It's all right. No, hang on, it's all right. Okay. It's all right. You're on telly.
Hey.
On television. You're on television.
Not wrong with me.
No, you're fine.
Gently.
Very gently. Cleo, could you... Or, he's going, hang on.
I used to live round here.
No, you didn't. I don't think so. Yes. Hang on.
Which way, James?
Well, we'll just get him out and lie him down.
There you go.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Round here.
Just, the competition...
And then I moved out road.
Just a minute, yeah. The competition to win that weekend in
2
Paris...
years later.
Weekend in Paris. The number to
Moved
ring if you know...
corner.
Who recorded Thank Heaven for Little Girl? The number coming up on the screen now, all right? And we're gonna take a little break. Can we go? We take a little break.
Not wrong with me.
Go roll VT thing, Bebop.
Donkey!
No, come on, it's all right. It's okay. Okay, go. Roll. What? Sorry, what? Are we going to Jerry Hayes now? Are we okay? Okay, fine. Just a minute. It's all right. It's okay. I've got it. It's okay, Jerry. Can you take him over there, Cleo, and look after him, and don't let him rush. Oh, hang on, just a minute. Okay.
Quick,
right.
yeah.
Can we get some? Anybody, just open the door.
It's
open the door.
Here we go.
I know it's your birthday. Yes. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I thought that, he was cured, but obviously not. Charlie Chuck, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Hayes, the Honourable Member for Harlow. Right, let's get into it. Talking about Sunday trading, what did the Honourable Member for Bristol say the other day I read somewhere?
I was amazed. I know
you were.
Mr. Maxwell gives me a camera. I'll tell his constituents. He got up in the House and he said...
the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Give him a camera.
What he actually said was, look, if I want to go to a greengrocer's, I can't do it. But what? If I want to do it yourself, what do I do if I'm short of a screw?
That wasn't told very well. In fact, I didn't find that very funny.
But that's right. But the House of Commons fell apart.
Did it?
Yeah.
Because you've got very little to entertain you there.
Precisely.
Most of you falling asleep. Yes. OK, let's get right down to it. Privatisation. I'm getting a bit fed up with this. Every time something doesn't work, you lot want to privatise it. I mean, why?
No, we don't.
Now you're going to privatise the post office.
No, we're not. British Rail. Well, we might just.
Yes.
We might just.
Yes.
Oh, all right. We might just.
Okay.
It's not to be announced. But British Rail needs to be privatised, doesn't it? You live in Harrogate. What's your line like?
Wonderful.
Is
An
it?
hour and a half to London. Well done.
It's good.
Could I have cheap tickets? Wonderful for British Rail. Thank you very much.
All right.
OK, what about the cook?
The cook? Do you mean, did the Prime Minister...
What?
Did the Prime Minister goose the cook?
Yes.
Goose, that was a joke. Oh, thank you so much.
Isn't that actionable at the moment?
No, it's not at all.
Is it?
Look,
Why not?
Well, of course it's not, because it says he didn't goose the cook. But you see, at the moment, the press is sort of saying that we're looking for the smoking bimbo, and at the moment, everyone is looking for the smoking willy, and they're not going to find it.
Why not?
Because he's a perfectly innocent man.
Is he?
Maligned. Of course he is.
What a shame. What about Norman, then? I mean, Norman, is it Norman or is it John? Is it Norman?
Norman.
Did you see that? Yes, Norman, is he?
No,
is he going to be Prime Minister?
Maybe not. He may be
You're
finding
hedging your
new
bets.
challenge.
Do
He
you
may
like
be finding...
Norman?
Of course I look like
Or
Norman.
what you told me in makeup earlier, that wasn't true about Norman, was it? No, that wasn't true at all. You told me all those rumours about
Norman. He's got everything going for him. It may be the Germans, the French, half the Tory backbenchers, but he's got everything going for him.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yes. OK. Now, this is going to worry you. I had a letter from a guy. Loads of letters about you and your clothes, first of all.
Really?
Yes. But this one guy called Gerald wrote to me. He wrote in from Southampton. And he said, is there any chance of you and he having dinner one night? No.
Hi, Gerald.
OK. He said, I know, as a Tory MP, he said he probably would like to have dinner with me. Is there any chance or not?
Write to me, Gerald.
Right. Again, Gerald, I think you've cracked it. Do the honourable members, since you've been appearing regularly on this programme, treat you with a little disdain or not?
But they've always treated me with total disdain. There's nothing particularly new. Not too many have seen this programme.
I'm surprised.
I'm really surprised.
I'm surprised. Well, of course, they go to bed early. They will now. Because
that's been the problem.
What we're going to do is we're going to send a tape of this one to them. OK? So that'll be good, won't it? We'll send it to the House of Commons and see what they want. Why do I get the feeling, last question, why do I get the feeling at the moment that the politicians, all of them, seem to have lost their way? There seems to be absolutely no direction. Who's pulling the strings?
I don't think that's right. That's what a lot of the tabloid press have been saying. They've been used to Mrs. Thatcher, who, whether she was right or wrong, will say, "We go ahead, whether I'm right or wrong." You know, the smack of firm government. People are fed up with being handbagged.
You like being smacked by Mrs. Thatcher, if I remember correctly.
No, I did not like being smacked by Mrs. Thatcher.
Oh, I think
John Major's a decent guy. We know exactly where we're going. We're going to be the heart of Europe. The economy is just beginning to get... No, don't laugh.
No.
The economy is just beginning
to get... Do you all believe this?
Yes, of course you do.
OK, don't go away very far. Remember, if you would like to get in touch with us, 5 to 7 Carnaby Street, that's where you write. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. OK, well, here we are back at the scapologist Humphrey down here on the floor, who's not doing too well. Don't forget that number for the competition, 0891 900 007. You could be on your way to a fantastic weekend in Paris if you can answer the question, who had the hit with Thank Heavens for Little Girls? Now, Humphrey, you're not really doing very well, aren't you?
Well, I'm very relaxed, James.
Are you?
This thing's really happening.
Is it? Good. Do you want a drink?
Yeah.
OK. All right. Can you manage that? Yeah. That's better. Very good. Very good. OK, now, I've not got very much longer left.
Right.
And basically, you've been here for nearly an hour and you've done nothing.
Well, you see, James, I count from 10 down to 1, but when I get to 5, I just can't remember how it goes.
It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all right?
Right.
OK, the audience are going to help you.
Can they do that?
Yes, they're going to count down from 10, and you can get undone. Right, audience, off you go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you!
Very good, very good. Hey, microphone man, come here a moment. Over here. What is the meaning of this? Explain, what is the meaning of this?
You know the things you put in the gun? What are they called?
Are you French as well?
I am, yes.
What is this? 2 French people over from France, presumably, to study painting.
I'm actually a sculptor.
You're a sculptor. I'm glad about that, looking at this painting. Lack of balls can be fatal. I talked to these two after the show, I have to tell you that. Right, now, I hear in my ear that we're back to the debate. It's fine, you look marvellous, OK? John Major's going to be proud of you, I can tell you that. We're going to... What? What? You have it? OK, fine. Right, let me just get the satellite dish up here, because we need to... just a moment. Is that it? There, OK. Hold that. Will you just hold it up there, OK? There we go, Conservative Party satellite link. OK, I think we can go now live by satellite to Bruce Springsteen. Hello, Bruce.
Hi, James. Hi, Jimbo.
Bruce, now listen, this...
Hi, fans. Hi, everybody.
Yes. OK, Bruce. This new...
Can you hear me OK, James?
It's not good, I have to be quite honest. It's not good.
Am I breaking up?
You are breaking up.
You're... Got you now? Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah. OK, Bruce, it's as clear as a bell, actually. Now, you sound as though you're miles away, funnily enough.
Well, I'm like really stressed out, James.
Are you?
There's been a mega heavy tour over here. And
yes,
love the new show. Love it. It's
good.
Great to have a new cult show.
Bruce. Oh,
yeah, hi, James.
A little delay in the satellite.
Hi, James.
A little delay,
yeah. A bit of a delay here, James.
How's fame and can you hear me? How's fame and fortune changed you, Bruce?
Not a bit. It's really stressed out, James.
You said that, yeah.
Heavy world tour.
Really?
New video out. Look, James, I'm only flesh and blood.
Yes.
Just like you and the media have got an attitude. Yeah. They want scandal and gossip. The public don't want to listen to that kind of crap.
No, Bruce.
It's a load of bull.
Yeah, Bruce. I believe your sex life has been...
No way, man. No way.
I believe your sex life has been quite interesting, Bruce.
Not one iota. No, I'm the same guy.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want scandal. I'm just a pair of jeans, scuffed boots, rugged. Love to party. As you can see on my new home video, Bruce Springsteen in concert unplugged. 16 new tracks.
Bruce, we'd like you... Bruce, can you hear me, Bruce?
No. Hey, what's that? Hi, James.
Before we lose...
Love the show.
Thank you, Bruce. Before we lose the link... Okay, Bruce, before we lose the link, could you introduce your new video? I can't see me. I don't know why I'm doing this. Your new video, Bruce.
Hi, yeah. It's Bruce Springsteen in concert, MTV Unplugged. 16 new fab, groovy, mega, super tracks. Love y'all. Love the bondage. Love the French birds with the painting. Super show. Bye.
Very good. Who says we can't afford live satellite links? Bruce Springsteen Unplugged in concert. We'll give that away in the competition as well. There we are, over there. And we'll give us some of the albums and some of the sweatshirts and T-shirts. Don't forget the question. Who had the hit with Heaven for Little Girl? Can I just move through there? It'll ruin your shot, won't it? But that's lovely. 0891 900 007 if you would like to take a chance of winning a weekend in Paris, a beautiful weekend in Paris, and those goodies. Now, let's continue with Sunday trading. Where is Julie Tressler? Is it Julie Tressler? It is, isn't it? Julie's over there. Julie, Sunday trading, what is your problem with it?
I don't have a problem with it at all, apart from the fact that I would like to be protected by law, because I do work on a Sunday. I wish to be paid a premium rate, and I don't want to be singled out if I decide not to work on a Sunday.
Now, you are a Christian, a committed Christian, and you do work on a Sunday at the moment?
I had a Christian upbringing, and I have...
Hedging your bets, are you, just because people are watching?
Okay. No.
As long as you're protected,
yeah.
You're quite happy to work on a Sunday.
Yes.
Is there anybody in the audience who would not work on a Sunday, whatever happened? Anybody feel strongly enough to say that they would not work on a Sunday? Nobody here would be bothered about working on a Sunday at all. Okay, anybody feel strongly in the audience that they can't work on a Sunday if they choose to, or that they can't go shopping if they want to in certain shops? Who got this bloody audience? Where did you get this audience from?
A balanced audience.
As far as I'm concerned, another day to shop is another day of bliss.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let me go back over to Jill. Obviously, the audience are asleep, Jill, on this particular subject tonight. Although I was told that we had some young Christian workers here. So, well, where are they? We got any young Christians and a Methodist Baptist gentleman in the back there?
Yeah, well,
I thought you were here because you didn't like the idea of Sunday opening.
Well, I'm a Baptist minister, so I have to work on Sunday. So you asked if who would be prepared to work. I'm prepared to work. But I know that there's a lot of drawbacks with working on a Sunday, because I don't have the same time with my family or the same quality of time. I have a Monday off.
But you wouldn't want to force people, would you, to adhere to this very strict and stringent ruling that Sunday trading must be a thing of the past? You know, the people who get very upset and say, we're not having anything open on Sunday.
Well, I don't think that that's the basis of the proposals that are going through in Ray Powell's bill or the Keep Sunday Special ideas.
Well,
what we're saying is that the amount of trading on a Sunday should be very limited.
OK, let me go back over to David Ramsden. David from Kingfisher, why on earth should it be limited? We've heard here people on religious grounds think it should be limited. I can't imagine, though, why it should. As long as people like you, we're going over old ground here, really, but as long as people like you do treat their staff with respect.
I think that's absolutely right. It seems to me that it's like a three-legged stool, and it needs all three legs to stand up. Firstly, it needs a shopkeeper who wants to open his shop. It needs a shopper who wants to go shopping. And lastly, it needs a willing shop worker. If you've got those, and I've already said shop workers should be protected, if you've got those, why on earth should the law interfere?
Jill McWilliams, as long as you've got Jill Couchman sitting next to you, Jill, if the law is changed so that shop workers are protected who want to work on a Sunday, and if people want to shop on the Sunday, what is the problem? You don't have to open, you don't have to shop.
I don't think, actually, most customers understand that if all the shops were open on Sunday, costs would increase. There is no more money to be spent just because the shops are open. So all we're doing is spreading 6 days' money over 7.
David?
So for the major retailers, it's unprofitable to trade on Sunday. And in the papers today, MFI,
Hang on just a minute. Let me
opened on Sunday,
okay, well, MFI
are now going to close.
And they supplied the set. But listen,
Now they're
David, absolutely true. You are sitting on MFI chairs. David, is that right?
No, it's not right at all, because if the retail spending purse was 100% of disposable income, then it might hold some ground. But of course it isn't. Retail spending account for about 40% of available money, so of course it can be expanded and it can be contracted.
The two stores here can't really agree. Jim, are you going to pass sensible laws so that we can do what we like on a Sunday, please ourselves, really? If we want to go to church, we'll go to church. If we want to go shopping, we'll go shopping. If we want to work, we can work.
I produced a simple bill which would allow small shops to open over wide hours, large shops to open for a limited number of hours on Sunday. The Ray Powell Keep Sunday special bill would actually close down things like boot fairs, antique fairs, Sunday market. It would close most newsagents because of the curious 80-20 rule. It would also close motorway service areas. Now, I don't think anyone wants those things closed on Sunday.
Jim, thank you very much indeed. It seems to me even if your bill actually gets through, Sunday laws and Sunday trading is still going to be very, very confusing. I really don't know why. Next week, hopefully, we'll have an improved audience, and also we'll be asking what makes a sex symbol. Join us for Whale On next Friday, when Whale Watch, a new TV show, will be here. Peter Sarsted, Barbara Windsor, Lindsay Drew, and many others. So until then, have a nice weekend from all of us. A very good night. Bye-bye.